the beaches of Santa Monica. And before we...
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Brown. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at center. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. Now here's Harden. Durant kicks to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Durant down low. He's covered by Leonard. Durant, no good. Here's George. Morris outside. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Zubac. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 2 terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
Jordan really relishes playing through contact and converting, showing you just how strong he is and a good level of concentration, too.
Now here's Durant. It's tipped. Beverly with the ball. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Six to shoot. Inside, Zubac. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees a teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Harden scanning the floor. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Bucket is good.
And part of what makes Kawhi such a great player is that jump shot. You can't just worry about him attacking the basket.
Now here's Harden. To the paint. Here's Jordan. It's Durant on the wing. Shoots over Leonard. The shot by KD. No good. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Leonard kicks to Morris. Jacks up a 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Harden finds Durant. A putback, and Harden on the follow.
I don't think there's anybody who works harder for his points than Harden does. I mean, if he has to attack the glass to get him, he'll do that too.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. He dishes it to Morris. Back to Zubac. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Nets trail by 4. There's a minute left in the first quarter. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Harden.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Beverly against Harden. Back to George. Shoots it up. Off the left rim and out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Some changes for Brooklyn.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And that's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A third would be a problem.
It's his first trip to the line.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Now, here is Irving. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
And here's Jackson. 1 second left, and the layup good by Cousins.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Back to the action after this word. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Rajon Rondo. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson at the shooting guard position. Jackson. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. He can't hit that time. Nets trail by 4. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Shoots from the baseline. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. There's the pass to Cousins. Back to Rondo. Outside, Batum. That 3 off the mark. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 50% in a decent groove. And Griffin, here we go. Passes it to Claxton. Irving for 3. Again, Irving missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Brown. Irving against Jackson. Pass to Oturu. Cousins trying to free himself up. Goes back up. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Cousins has got his second basket of the game.
Cousins doing a nice job using that big body of his to get another possession for his team.
Irving against Jackson.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
Man, one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up. Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game, and It's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Here's Cousins following the basket by Blake Griffin. Cousins, the pass to Oturu. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
Not a bad job that time defending Cousins, but then you see the move he goes to. He's got a counter for just about any defense that's thrown at him.
Now here's Irving. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for Luwawu Cabarrot. Leonard, no luck. The Nets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. It's Durant on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Outside Durant. Leonard with the steal. Everly with the ball. Picked up by Harris. George passes to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard finds Zubac. Here's Mann. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Brown. No good on the shot. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. Here's Harris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Back to KD. Lots of room. And he hits the jump shot. KD's got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn. He gets it up. And that one released in time, but no good. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never put themselves in too much danger. 4 points was the most. And that should.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Landry Shamet. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Jordan in at the 5. Now Kevin Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Now this is impressive. Durant showing you all of that creativity with that one.
George finds Morris. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Beverly against Harden. Pass to Durant. Shot clock at 5. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 3.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Beverly dishes to George. Now the pass to Zubac. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Green in for Landry Shamet. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
And it's kind of a running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Durant. Luwawu-Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Nobody near Irving. Had the space there, but it's offline. The Clippers trail. Passes it to Oturu. Back to Batum. Now the dish to Jackson. Outside, Batum. Off target with the open look.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Back to Griffin. Claxton the pass to Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
This shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Jackson misses. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. A 2-point game. Pass to Irving. Pass to Claxton. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Claxton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Jackson looking around. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Back to Kennard. The offensive rebound.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
And Brooklyn has possession after the Clippers pick up 2. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So for the Nets, Joe Harris is checked in for Griffin. Brown comes in for Luwawu-Cabarrot. And it's James Harden in for Irving. Beverly against Harden. And the pass to Morris. For the lead, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Batum. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the 4. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now, here is Harden. Jordan finds Harden.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Kennard, the pass to Oturu. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Griffin comes in for Joe Harris. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Brown. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for James Harden. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Clippers with the ball. And Cousins kicks to Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Cousins, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Irving for three. No good on that one.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
He lobs it up.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
I did not think they had enough clock to get all the way back, but here they are. And now they've got to feel like they're in control of this thing.
It's tipped.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum, really an asset in blocking shots.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. George is checked in for the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Brown. George, no good. The Nets have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. To the middle. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Harris. And the Nets lead by 2.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high. Makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Here's Oturu. And the Clippers miss again. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And then Durant with the jam.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Zubac finds Beverly. And here's George. Zubac, the second chance points on the tip in.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brown. Harden outside. Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
KD against Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Now here's Durant. Harden left side. Irving up top, defended by George. The feed to Jordan. Shot clock at 3. You can't get it to go. Nice D from Cousins. George with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Harden against Beverly. Here's Irving. It's blocked.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some nice timing for a guy that's not much taller than 6'2".
Now, here's George. Down low. Here's Cousins. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Here is Durant.
Count it! Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
George up top, covered by Irving. And contact, and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And the Nets also making a change. Griffin's checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. If this game's still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. We'll see how it plays out, Kevin.
Thank you, David. KD drives in. He kicks it to Jordan. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Durant dishes to Harden. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Here's KD. Wow.
He got it in.
How about that? All zeros on the clock as he drains the game winner.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Lillard. A shot off that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. He kicks to George. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Nobody near George. Hits it from three-point range.
You have got to be aware of Paul George. He is a knockdown shooter from deep.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Lillard surveying the D. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Hit the tip.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Pass to Zubac. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. George passes to Beverly. Clock at 6. Leonard against Powell. And the basket is good.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
McCollum with the ball. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. The three from Morris. Powell pulls it in. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here is Lillard. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Leonard has it in the corner. The Clippers rebound. Zubac. There's the double team with Covington. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here is Los Angeles now. Over to the left wing. And he gets the whip. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard against Beverly. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, this guy's ability to attack and be aggressive. Patrick Beverly in the painted area.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Floats it up there for Nurkic. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. George against McCollum. A nice shot by George. George has got 7 points in the game.
Well, I like to see Paul George be assertive down low. This guy doesn't lack for confidence, and he is an accomplished scorer regardless of where he is on the floor.
Now here's Lillard. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Lillard again missing. Beverly dishes to Morris. Outside for George. And here's Leonard from 3. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. 5 points in the game.
Well, incredible improvement in Kawhi Leonard's jumper since he came into the league. Give credit to the time spent in San Antonio.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with the...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
On the floor for Portland, Anthony out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Now here's Jackson following the miss by C.J. McCollum.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Kicks it out to Jones. Stolen by Jackson. McCollum against Kennard. To the inside. Oturu hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Oturu's got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Simons. Offline with his 3. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Now here's Jackson. Defense is right there. 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. From the arc. And the 3 ball is good. And the Clippers lead by 11.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
And here's McCollum for 3. Portland again missing. Clippers leading by 11. Now here's Jackson. For 3. Batum scanning the floor. No good on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 11.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Swiped away. Here's Jones. Feeds it to McCollum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Nurkic with the steal. Powell inside. Defended by George. Three-pointer, Lillard. And no good that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And again, the turnover by the Clippers.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 9. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic. It struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A. Now, Zubats, after the missed three from Damian Lillard. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from McCollum.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here's Leonard from three. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. Lillard way outside. They get it back. Doesn't go for him. Launches it. The shot misses. And so it's Los Angeles. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 9 points. Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
Listen.
And
happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. McCollum with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Nobody near Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. Covington with the steal and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. And then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Simons the pass to Lillard. Dishes it to Kanter. Back to Lillard for the lead. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Back to Lillard. Lobs it up for Kanter. And no good.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Lillard for the tie. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Powell against Leonard. Powell, the pass to Cantor. Over Cousins. And the rejection by Cousins.
The aggressive defense by DeMarcus Cousins, not content to just alter it, send it back.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. And Portland with a change here, too. Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And it goes down 2 points.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
George dishes to Jackson. Misses from short range. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Lillard from outside connects from three-point range. Lillard's got the lead up to 2 now for Portland.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Anthony Simons. And Portland with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard outside. Kicks to Cantor. Just 5 to shoot. George against McCollum. And Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
And George, here we go.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter, and Robert Covington subbed in for Jones. Lillard against Jackson. Covington passes to Lillard. Covington down low. And a missed layup. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Oturu, just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Back to Batum. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Lillard outside. And Lillard throws it down.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
That's the end of the third, and it's all tied up. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. Clippers moving the ball around. Covington with the steal. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. And Lillard throws it down.
And you might not have expected him to go for the steal there, but boy, oh boy, did that ever work out.
Now Jackson. Here's Kennard, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Lillard against Jackson. Back Back to Lillard from past the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Lillard's got 22.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
Pass to Kennard. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer. Kennard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Norman Powell's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. George passes to Beverly. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. He gets that one.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in for Paul George. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Cantor's checked in.
I really like the way he's playing in this half. He looks so much more aggressive and confident.
Here's Kennard. The pass to Morris. Back to Kennard. Stolen by McCollum. Lillard the pass to Powell. And the rejection by Cousins. In the corner, Kennard with it. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
That shot wide open. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Here's Beverly. Yep, that one goes. Beverly's got 4 this quarter.
Huge moment for Patrick Beverly. Wow.
McCollum with the ball. Tries again. Here's Cantor. Offensive rebound. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Here's Leonard. Basket counts.
Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
And he commits the intentional foul. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. Here is Lillard. And the layup falls. Lillard's got 28.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Leonard against Powell. Pass to Beverly. In the corner, George with it. Shot clock at 6. And here's Leonard from 3. He can't get that one. And it's Portland the other way. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
McCollum dishes to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Pulls up. High post. It's good.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And it's George missing. Now, here's Lillard. Shoots over Leonard. No good.
Boy, how about the hustle from Marcus?
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. Payday.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Now here's George. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And George kicks to Patterson. Leonard inside. Defended by DiVincenzo. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard attacking the pass to Zubats. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. George passes to Zubats. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. George picks him up. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Off target with his 3. A 3 from Leonard. Can't hit that one. And Milwaukee the other way now. Now the Bucks moving it up. Middleton the pass to Giannis. Leonard with the steal. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Ball's knocked loose. And here we go. Giannis heading to the hoop. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
It wasn't that long ago that Holiday suffered some injuries that had people concerned about his future.
Greg, some injuries are bad luck. We do know this. Drew Holiday's physical, he's fearless, and he doesn't know any other way to play. But thankfully, he's battled through, and he is still playing at an all-star level.
Here's George after the basket by Milwaukee. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Patterson. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Connaughton's checked in. Leonard. Lopez with the block.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Outside Holiday. Passes it to Connaughton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Stolen by Middleton. Down low. Back to Connaughton. The 3. They grab their own miss. And staying with the play, Middleton.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
1:21 left in the first. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Giannis against Batum. 3-on-3. Rondo with that clean look, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. A shot by Holiday, nobody around. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Pass to Leonard. Wants to get it to Rondo and does. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Batum against Giannis. Back to Holiday. Here's Connaughton. Kennard covering. Leonard with the steal. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Incredible effort by Kawhi. Picks it up with the claw, then off to the races.
To the left side wing. Here's Connaughton. Lopez kicks to Holiday. And a miss there on the triple. He doesn't hit that one. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And the second quarter will be on the... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Forbes in at the point guard position. Now DiVincenzo. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins from deep.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to thin guys off and get those rebounds.
That puts them in the lead. Batum's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Here is Forbes. Hits the jumper in space.
This is what you do when your opponent's trying to take away the three and the painted area.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Inside, Oturu. Milwaukee with the rebound. And so it's Milwaukee now. Now DiVincenzo. Pass to Forbes. Three-pointer.
Tremendous defense. Reggie has the quickness to stay on the ball and the long reach to affect the shot.
And the shot goes in.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Now here's DiVincenzo. Krills the three-pointer. DiVincenzo's got 5 now.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
And there's the pass to Kennard. Launches a 3. That shot misses. And Milwaukee will come the other way. And here is DiVincenzo. 5 points in the game. Out left to the wing. Here's Tucker. Batum grabs the miss.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go around.
Now here's Tucker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Teague comes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
LA has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Beverly against Teague. Beverly with the ball. Outside for George. 5 to shoot. With the shot. It's rebounded by Portis. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for that. And Antetokounmpo slams it in. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Nobody near George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Milwaukee in the lead. Tucker finds Teague. Here is Forbes. The kick out to Teague. No good from outside. The Clippers have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee, and he sinks the second. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Beverly against Holiday. To the paint, here's Middleton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really, from second-round pick to All-Star, Middleton's story, inspirational. Yet even now, it feels like some people continue to sleep on him.
For the Clippers, hands checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Here's Leonard. Passes to George. Lets it go with a 3. Doesn't go that time. Not going to go that time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Follow
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground. And that
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Nice game. Great performance by Dante DiVincenzo.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
Well, there are guys who worry about their numbers. He is not one of those guys, believe me.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Drains it from beyond the arc. Middleton's got 7 points. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Leonard with no one around and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's DiVincenzo, and he jams it with authority.
And it really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
George, no good.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. Back to Holiday. Shoots the three. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Holiday. Now it's a 6-point Bucks lead. George passes to Beverly. Back to George. A three ball. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got 6 rebounds in the game. To the middle. The kick out to Holiday. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Holiday's got the lead up to 8 now for Milwaukee. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. Back to George. Lopez with the steal. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Middleton leading the charge. Back to DiVincenzo. Middleton outside. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Leonard. Finished off the break. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now here's Middleton. He's got 10. Inside. Lopez with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Clock at 4. And stolen by Patterson. Leonard, no luck.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Wow, defensively, for some reason, they've come out flat here in the second half.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
And Milwaukee has possession. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Kicks it to Giannis. And the jump by Giannis.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to seeing. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
Holiday surveying the floor. Pass to DiVincenzo. Stolen by Beverly. And they go to the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So both teams changing it up here. Stolen by Tucker. And it's the Bucks on the break. And Forbes kicks it to Tucker. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Good work there as it goes.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
Now Rondo. For Los Angeles, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
One of the guys who fills up the stat sheet. Unfortunately for Cousins, that tends to include a high number of techs each year.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here is Forbes. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Connaughton passes to Portis. Now here's Kennard. From outside off the mark. And we've reached the end of the third. Bucks ahead. They lead by 7. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Portis is out there with P.J. Tucker. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
Holiday up top, guarded by Jackson. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
And here's Tucker. Pass to Connaughton. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Count the basket.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Bucks leading by 5. Holiday with it. Just 5 on the clock. Out to the wing. Here's Tucker. Cousins pulls it in.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Fires it up. The rebound by the Bucks.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And that one falls for Jackson.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
Teague against Jackson. Teague the pass to Lopez. And stolen by Cousins. And George, here we go. He feeds it to Leonard. The score now all even.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Teague with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Floats it up for Cousins. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Teague. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
To end the drought in the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And they really all have confidence in Antetokounmpo to run that set. That they're willing to put every aspect of their offense in his hands.
Jackson passes to Cousins. On the wing, George. Defended by DiVincenzo. Back to Cousins. Lopez with the steal. Here's DiVincenzo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson.
Cool under pressure. Terrific job nailing those 2 free throws there.
George finds Leonard. Back to George. And here's Leonard. Fires from deep. Gets the 3 to fall.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
And a big time playmaker. When the game is up for grabs, give the rock to Giannis.
Leonard looking around. And there it is for him.
Trying to ice this one. Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
35 seconds left in the game. Here's Antetokounmpo. Yes!
And that bucket was absolutely huge. A defensive stop now may just seal the deal.
Now George. The pass to Beverley. Back to George. Here's Zubac. Money!
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
Teague for 3. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W. And thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps. the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the 2. And for the Nets, Harden out there with Brown. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it. For a dynamic wing with freakish length, Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
Nobody near George. Misses the 3. Durant, the pass to Brown. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Jumps up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Now, here is Harden. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Banked in off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Leonard. It's tipped. Now Zubac. A floater. The shot that time, not on target.
You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
Harden outside. For 3, Harris. The rebound by Paul George. For Los Angeles, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Now here's Harden. Up top, Brown. Back to Harden. Fires the 3. They get it back.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Here's George after the made shot from KD. Harris against Leonard. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
And here is Durant. Fires for 3. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Leonard finds George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer. He's ready to go as soon as the game starts and whenever he gets the ball.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And, you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Here's Beverly after the basket by Brooklyn. Passes it to Cousins. Beverly deciding where to go with it. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Beverly.
Cousins imposing his will that time against pretty good defense.
Here's Irving. He feeds it to Griffin. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Clippers leading by 3. Here's Beverly. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Tremendous focus from the little man, Patrick Beverly there.
Irving passes to Claxton. Outside Irving. And the rejection by Cousins.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Shoots over Griffin, kicks it to Beverly. There's the pass to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. The tray. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Clipper. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an NBA season.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually every day?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's man in at the 3. Claxton with the bucket.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Clippers leading by 3. Rondo finds Kennard. Back to Rondo. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Back to Cousins. Can't hit from in close. The net shooting about 42% so far. To the inside. And the rejection by Cousins. And he recovers it. Irving misses.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Clippers missing. In the corner, Irving with it. Outside for Griffin. Goes up the baseline. No good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Beverly dishes to Batum. In the corner, Kennard with it. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Green. 3 on 3. Here's Irving. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Beverly against Irving. Now here's Beverly. He's guarded closely. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Green. And James Harden has subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here is Harden. KD passes to Jordan. Back to KD. Jordan trying to free himself up. The Clippers in the lead. Cousins with it. Here's Oturu. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. The wide open look for Durant. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Second chance shot. Harden. And the rejection by Cousins. Out to Harris. Good on the triple. Harris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
You know, knocking down the 3 guys, that's one of the premier three-point gunners in the NBA, Joe Harris.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Beverly. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Kennard. And it's sent back by PD.
That extraordinary reach combined with good timing makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker.
12 seconds left here in the second, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Kennard for 3, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They did give up a couple.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Harris in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Leonard. Following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Yep, it counts. Leonard's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Clippers.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
KD with the bucket.
Boy, if you allow Durant that look, he's going to punish you. I mean, it's that simple.
The Clippers trail. George looking around. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Now, here is Harden. Down low. Shamet, the pass to Jordan. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Jordan. And the rejection by Zubac. Pass to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to George. From downtown. And it's Leonard missing. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Harden with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Stolen by Zubac. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
Solid poise from PG, Paul George. Excellent at converting despite getting hit on the drive.
It's Harden with the drive. And the rejection by Zubac. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
George against Harden. Here's KD. And KD throws it down.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's Jackson. And stolen by Jordan. In transition, here come the Nets. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Outside Leonard. Now the pass to Zubac. Missed inside.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
KD passes to Shamet. Jordan inside, working on Zubac. And it's Harris off the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now it's a 3-point Nets lead.
Well, I love to see Joe Harris not settling, instead choosing to be opportunistic and mixing up his offensive attack.
George against Harden for the 3. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
KD against Morris. Now Durant. 12 points for him. Yes, that goes in.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
Now, here is Irving. To Luwawu. Clock at 6. Batum with the steal. Out in his own on the break. And a lot of contact on that one. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Luwawu. Over Kennard. And no good on the last second attempt this time. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 1. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, we've got Patrick Beverly. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 3. So it's Brooklyn now. The Clippers getting the bucket. No good from Irving. Griffin with the steal. Out to Harris. Nets passing it around. Outside Irving. That one no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Harris. And it's Luwawu Cabarro in for Brown.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I mean, they're showing a bunch of fortitude here, keeping this game tight.
Now, here's Kennard. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Here's Irving. Passes it to Luwawu. Back to Irving. Elbow shot is on the way. And they pick up two.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
Now here's Beverly. Here's Oturu. Kennard, the pass to Cousins. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Griffin kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Irving looking for an opening. Shot clock at 5. Shoots from 12. Kennard with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Jackson. Gets it to go from 8 feet.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
Here is Durant, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Durant down low, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Boy, in a game this snug, you can ill afford to commit those kinds of turnovers.
Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Feeds it to Leonard. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Off the mark with the little step back Johnny. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. The pass to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Now, here's George. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And it's George finishing it off.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Harden against George. The kick out to Brown. Outside Jordan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harden finds Jordan. Oh, tried to dunk it. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game. Paul George.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. This was a close game, as you know, but he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Leonard with the steal. Money!
Boy, and just look at what Leonard is doing.
The Nets on offense. Harden right side. Got it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Leonard against Durant. And stolen by Jordan. On the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. They have not led for a while, a chance to do so here.
Well, they'd like to retake the lead on this possession.
Harden scanning the floor. Right between the eyes.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here's George. It's off.
And I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul.
And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 1. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our... Thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the power forward. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. And that one drops. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Leonard. Lays it up and banks it in.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Powell. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Zubac. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Zubac finds Leonard. A three from Morris. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. And here's Beverley. Pass to Zubac. And he comes up with the deuce.
3 for 4 from the field to start the game. They'll take that.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Lillard. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to Powell. Floats it up there for Nurkic. It's stolen by Morris. One-on-one here. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by McCollum.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
That one falls.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, McCollum will find you.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. On the wing, Morris. Tries from 10. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
You know, his offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Lillard surveying the D. .141 left here in the opening quarter. Covington kicks to Nurkic. Lets it go from deep. That shot is off. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Leonard. Nice move.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. A nice shot by Simons.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
50 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Kennard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
It's Kennard's ability to create that sets him apart. I mean, gets inside and finds himself a shot.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Cousins, the pass to Kennard. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's good from long range.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
McCollum passes to Carmelo. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Jackson dishes to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
They decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that... And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jackson finds Kennard. It's Jackson with the drive, and the dunk by Jackson.
Now, whenever Jackson is driving, the D is nervous. He is just brilliant at completing his drive to the rack.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Tips it, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got his first 2 points.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass for the tip-in.
Passes it to Cousins. Over in the corner, Batum. Here's man, covered by Anthony. Pass to Cousins. And Cantor pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 11. Kicks it out to McCollum. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Stolen by Cantor. And it's McCollum off the drive. Another shot. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
You know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers' rotation. He's still young, though. Seems like he can carve a roll out of his team.
And Cousins throws it down.
Oh, as good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. He doesn't miss the open man when he spots him.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. From deep. And that one is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point. It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is gone.
And Jones pulls it down. Snatched away. Pass to man. Kennard for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
The range on Kennard's shot just keeps getting better. He's a real threat at the arc.
1:52 left in the first half. Kicks it out to Jones. Cantor trying to free himself up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Outside Jackson to the paint. On the wing, Jackson. 5 on the clock. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Powell, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's Damian Lillard in for McCollum. Great open look there. Powell's got 5 points so far.
But the D didn't do a good enough job with him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at 3.
The pass to Zubac. Outside, George. Second shot opportunity. Nurkic with the block.
His coaches and teammates like this type of energy. Nurkic demonstrating that he could be an anchor on the defense.
Clippers leading by 11. Pass to Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Nurkic with the block. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
How about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Beverly kicks to George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Nurkic from 7. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And the first half is now in the... Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break. Or third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. It was all about the Clippers as the game got going. An exceptional game plan helped it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard position.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Well, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. 6 to shoot, and it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. George dishes to Morris. Back to George. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. George has got 8.
And the mid-range jumper really right in George's comfort zone. When he isn't blowing by guys and finishing at the rim, he's knocking that one down with consistency.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Portland with a new 14. Powell for 3. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. Outside Rondo. This one for 3. Outside, George. Rebound by Nurkic. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. They trail by 14. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. Puts up a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Leonard dishes to George. And the wide open shot from Morris. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Morris has got his second basket.
Well, yeah, Morris is just a tremendous shooter. He has great touch from beyond the arc.
Trying to get something going. And it's Lillard again missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Trailblazers trail by 17. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Leonard, no luck.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derek Jones in for Lillard.
Well, consistency is what comes to mind when I think of the column. I mean, especially offensively, where he scores in bunches.
Jackson passes to Batum. Up top, Zubac. 4 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 16.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
And the dunk by Powell.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Jackson kicks to Kennard. Beyond the arc. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Man passes to Jackson. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. On the wing, Jackson. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Lillard's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 14. There's the three. Kept alive. A second chance effort. Here's Cantor. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
Jackson against Lillard. Jackson looking around. Kennard on the wing. The three. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Oh, man, what a slam by Cantor. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Cousins. Back to Jackson. Floats it up for Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
That's just a sensational play from Cousins. He leaps off the floor so quickly when he has an opportunity for that alley-oop slam.
And so it's Los Angeles, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. There. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Now Lillard. We've got Anthony. Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Cantor in at the 5 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Anthony dishes to Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And what a selfish play from Lillard. He's got no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Clippers leading by 12. Beverly the pass to Zubac. He kicks it to Batum. Pass to Beverly. It's tipped.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Derek Jones. Jackson against Lillard. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there. Staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chance.
Here's Jackson. Chalk up 2 there. And the Clippers lead by 12. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And that one's good, Anthony.
A terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Outside Jackson. And it's off from 3-point range. Trailblazers trail by 10. Lillard with no one around. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Back to Jackson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
How about the muscle from Jackson on that play? Even with the contact, he knocked the bucket down easily.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Not a lot of time left for the Trailblazers in this one. Lillard outside. No good with the triple.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to George. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard outside. Portland moving the ball around. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Better respect the interior game a little bit. He gets deep inside. He forces the defense to hit him.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within single digits. No free throw is good from Lillard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Outside, George, high post Cousins, to the middle. And there's the pass to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing, George takes the 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Inside, McCollum hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And McCullough is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how under control he is.
There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Beverly kicks to Morris. Beverly the pass to George. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Nurkic. McCollum finds Nurkic. Three-pointer, Lillard. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Now, here's George. 16 seconds left in the fourth. To the inside. Here's Leonard. They can't stop the run with that one.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Now let's see what they run here. This is not the time to panic. Work the offense.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. Both teams will make substitutions. And so McCollum nails both of them.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does, and that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
And, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 3. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Is what's your take?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they cut. David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Jackson. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the 2 spot. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo, and it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Morris, no good. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And he banks in the layup. And above the rim play, always captivating, Steve. We should see a lot of that tonight.
And Kevin, I'm so excited. You know, I played under the rim, so to get a chance to watch guys play well above, I am getting my popcorn ready. Drew Holiday is providing full service, showing he can do it all.
And here's Jackson. Passes it to George. Down low. Here's Zubac. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Nobody near George. The putback, and Lopez pulls it down. Bucks have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist from Lopez.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Outside, George taken away by Holiday. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo, nobody back. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Now here's Leonard. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now here's DiVincenzo. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Holiday surveying the floor.
Man, he has come out focused and efficient. Love what he's doing at the offensive end.
George against DiVincenzo. Here's the 3. And that one's good, George. And that'll tie this game up.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Holiday against Jackson.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Outside, George. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Zubats.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Stolen by Middleton. Holiday with it. Leonard picks him up. And to Antetokounmpo. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. The Clippers trail. Outside Jackson. And it's Zubats atop the key. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now here's Zubats. Back to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 5 to shoot. There's the pass to Zubats. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Jackson misses.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo has evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Milwaukee on top. They lead by 6. And we'll get going after this from... Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
They've got P.J. Tucker. He's out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Right side, Portis. And Forbes has it in the corner. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Way to run the floor, big fella. And this is what you get from DeMarcus Cousins. He plays with a lot of passion.
Here's Forbes. The putback. It's good on the putback. Tucker's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Kennard's shot is off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And that one's good from Connaughton.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Outside for Batum from outside the arc. Here's Cousins. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
DeMarcus is an enforcer on the offensive end. He has all the tools to dominate night in and night out.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. Here's Forbes. There's Portis. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And the Bucks lead by 10.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And the rejection by Cousins. Kennard, the pass to Batum. Ripped away. Here is Forbes, guarded by Jackson. It's good.
What I love about Forbes, he's smart. He's going to put himself in the best position to succeed.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Back to Jackson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here is Forbes. Dishes to Tucker. Back to Forbes. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And here's George for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. They get the rebound. Here's DiVincenzo. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. DiVincenzo's got 6.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Leonard. And it's good. 2 points.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Giannis inside. He's against Morris. Kicks it out to Giannis. Shoots the 3. That one, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Everly with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Bucks leading by 10. Pass to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Here's George. Wow! Huge buzzer beat. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 8 points, 6 rebounds. And that's a wrap for our halftime show.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Milwaukee on D. Morris kicks to Leonard. George, that's a 2-pointer. Shot clock at 5. And it's sent back by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Outside for George. And good that time.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Outside Holiday. To the middle. Pass to DiVincenzo. Knocked away. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was.
Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Giannis high post. He's against Morris. It's stolen by Morris. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. Puts one up from 19. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half. Showing good execution on the offensive end.
Here's Giannis. That one is good again. He sits right from the floor with the basket.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Fast break, Milwaukee goes up, and Giannis throws it down.
Hey, guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Lopez with the steal. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Holiday. And that one, good. And now a 12-point Milwaukee lead.
Right there you see Holiday's toughness. Gets hit, able to maintain body control, finishes the play.
Rondo dishes to George. Passes to Zubac. Outside Rondo. 6 on the shot clock. They get it again. No good from Zubac.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Giannis. The putback, Lopez controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Lopez has got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. That's a 2 from Kennard. No good again that time.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Forbes the pass to Portis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
Here's Beverly. Second shot opportunity. Now the pass to Mann. Lets it go from deep. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game. The Bucks making a switch here. Donaton's checked in. Bucks leading by 16. Pass to Forbes. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. There's 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. T kicks to Connaughton. Just 5 on the clock. Unloads. Forbes can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 16. To the inside. Mann. And the shot goes in. Mann's got his first points of the game.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Bucks.
Here's Teague. Pass to Portis. A steal. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Cousins. Count it. Cousins has got 7 points in the game.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
A nice shot by Teague.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
And so it's Milwaukee, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. We'll take a quick break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. P.J. Tucker is out there with Portis. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Connaughton in at the 2. Jackson drives in. Makes it off the glass. Jackson's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Clippers. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. A different look for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Bobby Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. The Clippers also changing it up. Morris is checked in for Batum. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Patrick Beverley.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. And he feeds it to Holiday. Stolen by Zubac. Step back shot. The shot, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here's Holiday. Count it, good. And the Bucks lead by 16.
I mean, few guards absorb contact as well as Holiday. In fact, he often delivers as much punishment as he takes.
They get it back. Zubac. Good D by Lopez.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Middleton with it. George picks him up. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 6. Leonard with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And then George with the jam.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Back to Holiday. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight. George dishes to Leonard. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for the Bucks. And a switch here also for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Antetokounmpo finds DiVincenzo. From deep. That shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. George passes to Morris. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
For three, Middleton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Clippers running out of time. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Bucks.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis.
And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. He kicks to Leonard. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They lead by 14. Middleton, the pass to Forbes. Back to Middleton. Feeds to Lopez. Middleton left side. Leonard with the steal. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Bucks. Lopez outside. Off target with that shot. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. Some good competition, but the home. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.